said, we are in this together. We share the same oppressor. The same oppressor nation that oppresses the black nation, oppresses the Chicano nation, and the First Nation, indigenous peoples. We share the same, we're up against the same obstacle, and it's going to take all of us together, united in the United Front, in order to overturn this oppression, where we don't have to be in fear for our lives when we get pulled over by the pigs. I just want to thank you all, especially the youth, because it's going to take black and brown youth to overturn it. You know, the future lies in the black and brown youth and indigenous youth of this continent, of this occupied territories. Power to the people. Free Aslan, free the black nation, and free the people. Anybody else want to say some words? We have Brother Aslan Native here.
Black lives do matter. We are here in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. We are pushing the children's lives matter, because children, with everything, we can just focus on that. Children's lives matter. And yeah, like I said, we are in solidarity with Black Lives Matter, black and brown unity. I just wanted to rap a little song that I have. For this event. I got 2020 vision, my vision for 2020. Keep my people out of prison, we get legitimate money. Police can take it from me if they do them too. While they love to violate my right to the Constitution, these jails and institutions really ain't the solution. Or my body and soul exposed to this pollution. Kids are out here shooting and getting shot on the daily. 45 administration was acting like Barnum and Bailey. A circus on purpose. Now tell me who's the criminal. Animal. Beat us, they eat us up like some cannibals. Now that I'm rebelling and rounding my folks together, we gotta stand united through the storm in any weather. Fires and earthquakes, tsunamis and hurricanes. The earth is my birthplace. You know why I'm on this train. On the plane. Elevated, getting close to God. Somebody hated when they said it. Oh, that's all he got. Must have been baited, captivated from reality. Tragedies, catastrophes, and casualties. It's so sad to see that mother in that black dress. One son in jail forever, another put to rest. Who could have guessed that these streets could be so cold? Nonetheless, the GOP act like they don't know where to go, so we turn to this lifestyle. To get your attention like right now. 2020 vision.
Wow. Awesome. Alright, so I wanted to introduce, by the way, we're going to open it up to anybody that would like to speak after this person, but I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to introduce my brother over there with Joey Free Aslan, but thank you so much for being here. But I want to introduce us for us. Y'all probably seen them on social media. Actually, y'all probably seen them actually in the streets, because every single day, every week, they're out there with the community, and we appreciate them so much, and we wanted to turn it over to them to share words. So give it up for us, for us!
Hi, my name is Savannah. I'm with Us For Us, and I demand justice and equality for all. Y'all hear me? My name is Savannah. For our Black and brown family, remember there is strength in your color. Take pride and passion in your color, but never let anyone take it from you. You are smart and talented. You are wise and gifted. You are destined for greatness. Although there are going to be setbacks, God doesn't put the strongest soldiers through the toughest battles for nothing. Prepare for the comebacks He has planned for you. Break expectations and break the barriers. Don't ever let someone say you can't do it. Remember that pressure makes diamonds, so keep working even if it's hard or you feel like giving up, because there is no limit to what you can do. Believe in yourself and stay focused and grow. Grow not only with yourself, but with your people. We are stronger together. We are more powerful together. Make change together, because there's no telling how much we can get done. We are meant to set the example so others can apply it. So show what you can be. Show that you can be colored and educated. Show that you can be colored and talented. Show you can be colored and successful. Your skin is beautiful, it is bright, and it is due. From the lightest brown to the darkest melanin, there is love in every shade.
Sean Monterosa, say his name. Sean Monterosa, say his name. Oscar Grant, say his name. And the countless others. My name is Damian Posey, affectionately known in the community as Uncle Damien. I'm blessed and honored to stand here with you in solidarity. This is our nonprofit organization, Us for Us, San Francisco, California. This is our base, but we have no limit because the people have no limit, and we are the people. We came up here to show solidarity with 4DC because they came down to San Francisco to show solidarity with us. We can rock with each other. We can see your movement. I've seen our movement. It's going to take unity. A lot of these people have spoken today. Like we heard the brother spoke over there. I'm down with F12 and all these organizations. But y'all heard from the youth first. The youth first. You understand? That's the main thing. Our youth lives matter. And that's what we push on the daily. So feel free to reach out to us. We're here to serve. That's why we showed that we got masks for the people, hand sanitizer, whatever we can do, food, donations, whatever we can do to support, we're going to be there. But most importantly, we put in that work. And we united, black, brown, Asian, and we about positivity and peace. We with you. Thank you so much.
I wanted us to stop by do it. Say happy birthday to someone very special today, someone I admire. She's younger than us, but she's very talking. I want us to sing happy birthday to Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alexis. Happy birthday to you. Thank you guys. My birthday was yesterday. I turned 16. I'm a sophomore. But you know, like we mentioned before, this is really the youth. You know, all the youth here, all the youth that I'm about to speak, I really want to appreciate y'all because I think it was Julia who said, the youth are the future, the youth are the platform, and the youth, we gonna. So, I just want to mention that, you know, what really brought me into community organizing, I had to realize a lot of stuff at a really young age, especially growing up as the only black kid in a predominantly non-black neighborhood. You know, me realizing all this stuff about, like I said, school prison pipeline, systemic racism, me feeling like I'm wearing my skin as my identification on my back. You know, that makes you realize stuff, and that makes you want to take action. Like I said, I'm tired of trying I'm tired of getting in trouble for stuff that's white people don't do, that's white for. I'm tired. And the reason why And the reason why I do what I do is because of my father. To get his visa, it was grueling, it was a corrupt, it was a horrible experience that almost tore our family apart. I was 11 years old when we had to move to Mexico in order to complete this process, just for him to get his visa, not the citizenship. And I remember living in Mexico, my body was just rejecting everything. The food, the dairy, the water, the weather. I remember practically laying on my deathbed thinking, this is it. I'm going to die in Mexico, and my government, I was born here, my government does not care. They do not care. As I was laying there in that bed, practically dying, they did not care. They took their time. They took their sweet ass time with my father's paperwork. And if it wasn't for my mother, who said, you know, enough is enough, my child is dying, calling Senator Jeff Merkley, all the senators, all the representatives, pushing them. If it was not for her pushing them, the paperwork
the paperwork that the only paperwork that my father needed for him to get his visa, to get his approval, for all of us to come back home finally, it was sitting on a desk. And the senators, the representatives didn't care. It was just another piece of paper for them. If it wasn't for my mother pushing these people, they conveniently found that paper, they conveniently sent it through, they conveniently right away, my father had his visa approved. Why did we have to go through all of that? Why? Because the U.S. government does not care. Because the U.S. government is corrupt.
Yeah.
And ever since then, my mother and now me have dedicated our lives towards immigration rights, immigration advocacy, towards protests to abolish ICE. Because again, enough is enough. We're done with this already. My father has his visa. My mom and I were both born here, so we're citizens. My grandparents, they have their citizenship. But why stop? I'm hearing all these allegations of abuse towards minors, sexual abuse towards minors, towards children. Enough is enough. No. This isn't enough for me to stop here. Oh, my father has his papers. I'm good to go. No. What about everybody else? What about the kids in cages? What about them? The kids are essentially what keeps me going, because enough isn't enough. And I'm just going to keep saying that until we tear down ICE. Because how many more kids have to be abused? How many more kids have to be separated from their families? How many more kids have to go missing for privileged people all through downtown Portland? Why wasn't it all of downtown Portland here today? Because why? Why is it just us today? We need to be yelling at them, yelling at ICE. Why is it not everybody here today? Why are they not standing up for these kids? Why are they not standing up for these kids? I want to say thank you guys, for being here, for letting me speak so much. My voice is dying out. I've been yelling. But thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for giving me the space to speak. And again, this is just why I do what I do, is because what's outrageous?
It's contagious.
What's outrageous?
It's contagious.
What's outrageous?
It's contagious.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Woo!
What's outrageous? It's contagious. 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 What's outrageous? It's contagious.
Hey, we're fighting for the children and the families. All right, this is it is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. This is about the children and the family, and with that, everybody coming together. Everybody acknowledging everybody's dignity. Everybody as a human being, respected. All of this fight for the children, the families, for the children and the families, for the children and the families, for the children and the families. And we need to keep that at all times in our heads as we move forward for the children, for the families, for the children and the families. Thank you so much for being here. Woo!
Okay, I think we're all going to march back to the park now together. I want to thank our bike support and car support. cooking for us and making sure that it was safe and doing the room for us as well. Everybody here that you see volunteered their time. And then again, thank you to Fingers Crossed Interpreting for making sure that it was accessible for us. They also donated their time as well. Thank you guys, and let's march back to the park. Woo.
Hi guys. Yeah, wow, what a good afternoon. If we want to call that good, because that was really powerful and emotional. We heard a few speeches from both people who are being threatened by deportation. There's a third grade teacher who's being threatened with deportation. He's going to find out the results of that pretty soon. There was a woman who had been deported and struggled to get back during her childhood, and they sent their family towards all of the loopholes. Just made everything. They didn't care enough to push their papers. It got lost in bureaucracy, and it wasn't until her mother called not only the departments but our senators. She literally was messaging everybody that had to do with our local government, our Oregon government, and then finally they were, of course, able to find the paper, push it through, and like that was able to get the visa approved. And keep in mind, that was just the visa, just to come back and try to live here long enough to actually earn your citizenship. It's not easy. So this is the ICE building behind me. We'll take a little tour around before I head back to Elizabeth Carruthers with everyone else. So I'll stick my camera through the gates so you guys can see. But it's wild. Like, look at where we are. This is a brand new district. This whole place basically used to be shipyards about 10 years ago. And they have... Stick around, I'm doing a tour. Huh?
Look what he just picked up and brought to me.
Okay, so a colleague of mine literally just picked up, well, not my colleague, her son, I think 10-year-old son, just found some pepper balls still here outside of the Cottonwood School where ICE is. This is the building. It's second. Sorry, my phone's stupid. Alright, this is the building. Not ominous at all. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe anyone in the Portland area who's being processed for deportation makes their way through this facility first. And these people basically have no idea. I talked to a lot of people in these buildings, and they have not a clue that this even is an ICE building.
Hello. We're paying them to protect us, and they're shooting us like we're the ones that are stealing from them. But they're stealing from us. They're stealing our rights. They're stealing our freedoms. They're stealing everything that we have. And they are protecting us. They steal our lives, and they're saying that they're protecting us. I am 15, and I've seen people get killed. I didn't have to see that. I am 15, and I am out here protesting for rights that I should be born with. They're unalienable. That's in the Constitution. I'm out here protesting for rights that should have been born with me. My mom doesn't have to deal with this, but I do. My sister has to deal with this. My dad has to deal with this, but I do. My mom's white, but she don't have to deal with this. I'm black, and I have to deal with this. I am 15, and I have seen people die, and then I have seen people move on as it goes on for a few weeks, and then people don't care. They don't care about us. That's why we have to be out here. We have to make noise, because if we don't, they're just going to forget about us again. And then people don't care. They just don't care anymore. They don't care about us. That's why we have to be out here. We have to make noise, because if we don't, they're just going to forget about us again.
That's right.
Because that's all we are. We're forgettable. Because as long as we don't look like them, we're just in the back of their minds. They don't teach us about ourselves. They don't teach us about where we come from. They don't. They just teach us where they come from. They teach us what they created. They teach us about their stuff. And they don't teach us about our culture. And I want to know more about myself, where I come from. But I can't. And I shouldn't have to look up on the internet who Martin Luther King Jr. was. I wasn't taught that. I wasn't even taught who Martin Luther King Jr. was. Not until 5th grade.
They don't even tell you the full story.
They don't tell you about the bombing at the church where 3 little girls were killed.
No.
I remember my dad had me watch a documentary, and I cried at the end because I just didn't know so much about it. So much of my history was gone. They don't teach you all about the struggles of the civil rights movement. They teach you Martin Luther King preached peace, and then all of a sudden, Black Americans had civil rights. That's how it happened. They sent dogs after us. They sent dogs after children for protesting. That shouldn't have to happen.
Oh, thank you so much, Ida. We love you. We love you, Ida. Thank you. Please give it up for her one more time. I really appreciate everybody's courage that everybody showed today. And like I said, if anybody else would like to put in their 2 pieces, I would love that. Yes, please. Can I have your name? Please get up for Andrea, everybody.
So I wasn't expecting to speak, but ethnic studies, I was like, let me share with y'all what's happening with ethnic studies, especially in California. So it was passed, right? We're supposed to get ethnic studies in our school, but where is it? Where is the curriculum? Right now, at the state level, they are trying to erase Arab American studies included in ethnic studies. So how can you colonize our centers ethnic studies? Ethnic studies is for us, it's healing, it's when you start learning about the true history, right? Through our lens, through our narrative, and creating that space in a school ground. Just imagine what y'all can achieve, what we can do as a community. So that's always a plug, right? Plug into that. The man within your team, like say, hey, do you know about what's going on in ethnic studies from a teacher? Because they're the ones that's gonna teach about it. They're the ones that's gonna have to involve. So it starts with us, like right? So I just want to plug in with y'all too, and thank y'all. Like this right here is beautiful. You know, sometimes when we do organizing, like online is cool because it gives you political education. But what about the action? This right here is an action. We are coming together as a community. And props to all y'all young folks who spoke. Like I was just like in awe because I'm 22, right? But like I couldn't do that at 16. Like I'm just in awe for y'all. And we got each other. And then with the program, connect with me some programs. We got some programs going on. I work for Youth Leadership. We're trying to get more brown and black voices in our programs in Daly City. So I'll connect with you so we can make it happen so y'all can get paid. And that's what's important. Get paid by the Lord for your voices because we need it. Right? We still in a capitalistic situation. So until, right, Audre Lorde said the revolution is not a one-time event. It's gonna be. We see with civil rights movement, right? And then we turn to the Black Power movement. So we gotta think, what is to come next? What is to come next? When y'all grow up to be 25, you know, think about the youth right now, when y'all keep growing and growing, change is going to come. Thanks, y'all.
The change will come. Thank you. And like I said, anybody who wants to speak up, please do so. Yes, Kendall, thank you.
I'm back again. So, I was really inspired by the whole education talk because I want to be a teacher myself.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, for this exact... In my ethnic studies class, I was taught that Malcolm X was a bad person.
Excuse me?
That's what I said. And I'm tired of thinking of, there's this notion in my mind that American history is about the white man's struggle. I don't give a damn about the white man's struggle. American history is African American history, Afro-Indigenous history, all of that, every single person. So we need change, and that sign is wonderful and inspiring. Thank you.
That's hard because, you know, that really triggers something inside of me.
Christian Hall! Justice for! 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 Christian Hall! Black lives, they matter here! 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 Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Asian lives matter! Asian lives matter! Asian lives matter! Asian lives matter! No justice! No justice! No justice! No racist! No justice! No justice! No racist! No racist! No justice! No justice! No racist! No racist! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! Say her name! 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 Say her name!
Police, go home! Defund the police sign. Take your defund the police sign out of here. Yeah, it upsets me. Can I call you a landlord? I'm not talking to you. Get out of my space.
Does police brutality
All you people that want to defund the police, get out of my town! Get the fuck out of here! I'm gonna see you sometime, big boy. Wait, is it your town? Is it your town? What's your address, bitch? It's yours. Come to my house. Come to my house. You can have it. Can I call you around your town? You're really trouble right now. Get out of here. You guys are pieces of shit. Get out of here. Go home. You too, old man. Get out of here. Oh my God, is that the only word you know? Walk away! Nice glasses. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Go home! Go home! I'm gonna go home. Okay? I'm gonna go home. You like that? You like that?
I'll be waiting for all you fucks. Shut up. Get your head on your shoulders, you idiots. You guys are idiots.
Fuck you, bitch! You small ass bullshit! You're a pussy ass bitch! Fuck you! Fuck you! Run the fuck away! You're a fucking asshole!
I suffer just like you assholes. You assholes. I live here, bitch.
That's right. Bitch, don't go home then. Why don't you get out of the square? Shut up, you
guys! Fuck you, bitch! Leave the
premises!
Leave the premises! Nobody wants you in our community!
Oh,
I need you to leave! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck back, sir!
yeah, what are you gonna do?
You need to
What are you gonna do?
White supremacists, go home!
I'm not a white supremacist! I don't care!
Yes, you
I don't care about color!
Yes, you are. Yes, you
You're not a
are.
white supremacist!
Yes.
You think I care about color?
Yes.
I don't care about color!
Yes, that's how you do it. That's why you
I
hit
care about our police and our safety, you idiot!
No, you don't. All I need to know is what's going on now. No, I know the people were oppressed, okay?
I never oppressed anybody! I never oppressed anybody! I'm American Indian, you idiot! Okay, I'll do it with you. How do you say? Go home! Go home! I'll do it with you. This racist bitch has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! This racist bitch has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Our racist...
This racist bitch has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! This racist bitch has got to go!
Hey! Ho, ho! Our racist bitch has got to go! Hey, hey!
Yeah!
Ho, ho! You're a ho! You're a ho!
People, this is what they do. Let them get away with it. Go back to your little Klan meeting. Get the fuck out of here. You're not welcome here. You are the past. You're afraid of the future. You're afraid of being irrelevant.
Okay, oh my god. Girl, what are you doing? I'm on PBS. What are you on? I'm on Bay Area Talk. Okay, for sure.
You are an active threat to the safety of black people in this community, and you need to leave. You need to
Oh my god.
This is what happened. This is what happened.
This man brought a megaphone, y'all. He pulled out his little Trader Joe's bag. He pulled it along with his vitamin water.
This is what white men, this is what your fathers are like. This is what your grandfathers are like. This man has kids and a family that live in this community, and I probably went to school with them. These are the examples.
Okay, wait, Athena,
this is what they do.
This man is so...
It's common troll. It's like an internet troll come to life.
He brought...
on 4chan, you racist.
How did he... Bro, but the thing is...
Here the longer we're gonna be here. What year do you think this is?
Don't say this on social media if I'm sure.
If you think we're gonna just let you be racist...
No, I feel like, bro, are these like plants now? Like... That's what I mean now. It's like the cops gotta be sending these motherfuckers.
I'm sure they,
For trying to
You know what I'm saying?
Like, the racist agitator feels entitled.
Oh, Portola. Those bitches are crazy. Sorry, I'm not getting
I don't want to
nervous.
hear any more bullshit about how we're the violent ones, how we're the agitators. When it's pretty clear who the violent fucking agitators are. It's all the white supremacists in your community.
Bro.
These are who the violent agitators are.
People do not have the money to pay for their rent. We are demanding that Governor Polis and Joe Biden do what is necessary to prevent an impending wave of homelessness. This is a crime. This is a crime against humanity. 500,000 people have died and we still do not have relief. 40 million people in this country, 500,000 people in Colorado are facing eviction. We have more than enough homes, we have more than enough money and food to provide every We're here to demand the cancellation of rents and mortgages. This is a crisis. This is a humanitarian crisis. Children are not getting enough to eat because their parents have to figure out how to pay rent. We should not have to choose whether to pay rent or eat a meal in the richest country in the world. We are the richest country that has ever lived. There is no reason. We have the resources. We can fight to make this crisis end, but it is our responsibility because those in power clearly do not care about us. They're choosing to allow this to happen. 500,000 people in Colorado are facing eviction. 40 million people in this country are facing eviction during a pandemic that has killed more than 500,000 people. Why are we still paying rent? What are they going to do when the moratorium expires? When people haven't been able to pay their bills for a year? Do they think that people will just have enough money all of a sudden with no aid, no help? There is no reason for this to happen. We live in the richest country in the world. The problem is that the people in power have an allegiance to the ruling class, the people who profit from an economic crisis, people who profit from homelessness, people who profit from us not having enough. Their profits are directly related to our suffering. It is their responsibility to step in. There are 40 million people in this country facing eviction, and Governor Polis and Joe Biden have done nothing. We have a Democrat in power and they still have not done nothing. We still haven't gotten our checks, and they've only given us $600 in the past however long. Could they survive on $1,800? Could Joe Biden or Governor Polis last on $1,800 for a year? They know that that's not enough. The problem is that they do not care. They do not care about us. We have to...
Need a head! 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 Need a head!
When the eviction moratorium expires and landlords are allowed to begin evicting people without any limits, 15% of the population may be evicted. That is people in these neighborhoods. That is your neighbors. That is disproportionately people of color. When we say Black Lives Matter, that means housing too. That means stopping eviction. The people in these neighborhoods, the people of this country did nothing to cause this crisis. We have no responsibility for how severely people are suffering. And yet this government is going to continue to allow people to suffer. This government has no plan to make sure that tens of millions of people who cannot pay their bills do not end up on the streets. We are in the midst of a deep crisis. People cannot make their rent. They cannot make their mortgages. And the government needs to address this because the people have no responsibility for this crisis. We didn't cause this. Families shouldn't be on the streets because of this. We are fighting back because we have seen what this government will do if they are left to their own devices. There are 500,000 dead who didn't need to die. There will be tens of millions of evictions if this government has their way. We need to make sure that there is real relief for the people who did
nothing to cause this crisis, who have no responsibility for the suffering that is happening. We are demanding that Governor Polis cancel rent and mortgage payments, that he forgive the housing debt that people cannot pay. Anything less, and we will see mass evictions. And that is violence that we will not stand by and allow. The people here did nothing to cause this crisis, and yet it is the people who are bearing all of the weight. It is the people who are doing all of the suffering. We are demanding that this government provide real relief, not $1,800. We are talking real relief to the housing payments that people cannot pay. We are saying cancel rent and mortgage payments because people cannot pay them. And if you do not cancel those payments, we are going to see mass evictions. The people in these neighborhoods, the people in this city are suffering for a crisis that we have no responsibility for. The people of this state, 15% of the population are facing eviction. We have to demand real relief from Governor Polis, who has the power to stop mass evictions. Because if he does not act, there will be millions of families, 500,000 families in Colorado are facing eviction. If this government does nothing, those families will be on the streets. The people here did not cause this crisis. The people here did not ask for this. The people here are trying to survive, and our government has to do something. We are demanding real relief. We are saying we don't want to see a single eviction. That is criminal. We are in the middle of a very serious crisis, and we need a response from our government. What are they going to do about the tens of millions of people who cannot pay their bills and are going to be on the streets for a crisis they have no responsibility for? We are saying, what is your answer? What is your answer? Because $1,800 is not an answer. We need real relief. We need cancellation of the housing payments that people cannot pay. There are tens of millions of people who are suffering to the degree that they will lose their homes if they do not see real relief from this government. This is a criminal government. The negligence of this government has allowed 500,000 people to die. It will allow millions of families to face eviction if we don't fight back and demand real relief from them. This is a crime against humanity. This is a humanitarian crisis. We have tens of millions of families, 40 million people who cannot pay their rents and mortgages and will be evicted in the coming months if we do not see real relief from our government. That is a scale of evictions that this country has never seen in a period of months. We are demanding real relief policies. We're demanding the cancellation of rent. We're demanding rent forgiveness. There should not be a single family that is losing their homes in this crisis that we have no responsibility for. The people here did not cause this crisis. The whole country is suffering, and this government needs to use the resources that are so plentiful in this country to make sure that the people do not lose their homes and face evictions and have their lives ruined for a crisis they did not cause. 500,000 people in Colorado They face eviction in the coming weeks and months because the government has no plan for what they are going to do when the eviction moratorium expires. Governor Polis could stop the mass evictions. Governor Polis must stop the mass evictions. The people of this state have no responsibility for this crisis, and yet it is us who are doing all of the suffering. 500,000 people in Colorado on the edge of eviction. This is an emergency. We need emergency relief measures, not $1,800. Rent forgiveness, rent cancellation, mortgage cancellation. People cannot pay these payments. They will be evicted without these measures. We are demanding that our government take action to make sure that tens of millions of people are not evicted. Governor Polis must cancel rent in Colorado. He could do it today. Anything less than that is to allow mass evictions. This is a crime. We are demanding real relief measures for this crisis that the people did not cause. The people of this state, 15% of Coloradans are on the edge of eviction. 15%! And our governor has no response. He needs to prevent these evictions. He needs to cancel rent and mortgage payments because people cannot pay. We cannot pay. And so, if he does not cancel rent and mortgages, he is ensuring that evictions will occur on a mass scale. This is criminal. This government's negligence is criminal. We are in the midst of an unprecedented crisis where unprecedented numbers of people cannot make their housing payments. It is only acceptable for our government.
Who are welcome here. That racism is not going to be tolerated. So please, come and march with us.
It's gonna be a short march too, nothing crazy.
What we got here? Social distancing.
Oh, we could do that too. That's so good. Is there like, yeah, but it's like we could do that and go down to the station. Yeah. There's like a more pop. That's where all the people are. I don't go in there though. That's private. No, you're all totally allowed. Oh, we appreciate snacks.
On the one condition, this is home 5 minutes before.
No worries.
We're going to be marching in about 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. If you'd like to join the Black Lives Matter march, which we would love for you to join, we are leaving in 2 minutes.
The caboose is about to leave. Perfect. Great. Yeah. So we're gonna hold it. Oh, no, yeah, I can wear it.
Don't talk to me. I'm literally protesting. I am also
Y'all ready to go? Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
Thank you guys so much.
Come on, y'all! Let them hear you! Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
Dude, when I saw let's just go.
Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives
You see how, like, you could just not drive when people are walking past you?
Exactly.
No. That's not how it works.
Yeah, you were driving into protesters, honey.
Yeah.
So don't be driving into protesters. KK, bye-bye now, sweetie. Don't drive into people. This racist bitch has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. This racist bitch has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. This racist bitch has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. This racist bitch has got to go. She is out.
It would have taken 30 seconds.
Right? I see. I got you.
Power, power, power to the people! 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 You can't stop the revolution! 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 No good cops in a racist system! 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 No good cops in a racist system!
Oh, you should max out that stuff.
Exactly.
Once you reach 5 points,
It's
you're like,
free money. Exactly, it's like free money too. So yeah, I gotta listen to that.
Say his name! George Floyd! 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 Come on, y'all! With the fucking chant louder! Say his name! George Floyd! 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 Say harder! Breonna Taylor! Say her name! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Say her name! 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 Breonna Taylor!
I'm gonna cross to this way or to this way? Are we crossing now? I guess. Okay.
Excuse me,
Police!
Y'all should slow down and wait for the rest of the group to catch up. Just because there's not too many of us. No, it's good. Just trying to keep everyone safe.
Let's go, Soraya! You good? You got this! No, go! You got this. We're here for you.
My sister got pushed down by racists. And Lafayette PD has done nothing for her. And
Say one.
Come on, Soraya.
It's good. You're killing it. You killing it.
Mia, help her. Go.
I'm pissed off. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this grown-ass man pushed down a minor.
We should attack her. And they have done nothing, right?
Nothing.
Fuck the police. They only protect white supremacists. All right. Let's go, Mia.
So on November 11th, 2020, I went up onto the bridge to counter-protest the normal Trumpies that go up there. And within like 15 to 20 minutes of me coming back with my sister, Lisa, what's her last name? Disbro. Lisa Disbro conked on my 12-year-old sister right here. And so I walked over to ask her what's up, why she did that. And all of a sudden, Paul Tobacco, a grown-ass man, stepped down from the curb and literally assaulted me, tried grabbing my phone, tackled me to the ground. We were both fighting over the phone, and luckily I got it. And then once he figured out he couldn't steal the phone from me anymore, he started to grab my hair. Oh yeah, that officer right there, he doesn't do shit either. I know him. He told me to laugh at the little things in life when I told him that I got assaulted. So fuck him. But yeah, so basically somebody called the police. I won't disclose who, but somebody did call the police, and they came, and the Trumpers started giving their twisted narrative. So I decided to share the video, and LPD decided they wanted to believe me after seeing the video, and so we did this thing called a citizen's arrest, where basically the police arrest him, put him through the system, and release him back out into the world with no consequences. And basically from there, the police have to turn over my file to the DA's office to get any, like, sort of justice for me. But LPD refuses to put it over to the DA's office. For why? I don't know, but they refuse to give it over. Maybe it's because Salt Tobacco is a retired fire chief, and so they want to protect his name. I don't know, whatever the reason it is, it's fucked up and it's annoying as shit. Because now a crazy, violent man is loose on the street who is willing to attack minors unprovoked. So that's why we're here, that's why I'm here. And that's my little video, but yeah. Fuck Salt Tobacco.
I'm tired of seeing people getting assaulted for fighting for Black lives who've been killed by the hands of the pigs.
Yes.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
And I'm tired of seeing black people or people of color being killed. Blue lives don't exist.
Say that.
It's
Say
a
that.
fucking job. It's your choice. It wasn't my choice to be black.
Come on.
Shut the fuck up! Get the fuck out of here! Somebody's fucking talking! Oh, sorry. You fucking put this on and we're saying shut the fuck up.
Anyway, does anyone else want to talk, especially Lafayette community members? Do any of y'all want to talk about the Lafayette Police Department, the community? Please come up and speak. We really want to hear from you. Anyone? Anyone? It's open mic now. No? Come on now. You want to speak? You can speak. Okay. Anyone? Athena? Or Ari?
Listen, you just gave both away, girl. First of all, get it together.
The only function of policing in Lafayette and every other city in America is to protect the wealth of the upper class, to protect their property, and to make sure that no black or working class people ever organize, ever fight back, ever step out of line. All the police exist to do in every community is to protect the interests of the white ruling class, working hand in hand with fascist militia groups, which has literally been documented in Portland and in other cities, where the police department literally collaborates with the white supremacists that march in the streets. Because guess what? When those badges come off, they're all going to the same Klan meetings. They're all in the same group chats. Everybody was shocked that the Capitol riot happened. Oh my gosh, what? The police didn't fight back? They were welcoming them in with open arms. Why? Because those are their friends. Those are their families. The police are a state system that only exists to perpetuate white supremacy. So I don't want to hear any bullshit about community safety, because it's pretty clear that when fascists are literally assaulting and beating up 17-year-olds, which seems like a pretty big public safety risk, I'm going to be honest. I think that's a pretty big problem. Their response is to, shuffle him through the system and let him off with no charges. And again, I personally am like a police abolitionist, so I'm not going to advocate for people going to jail. But I think that just shows that even the most basic instances of right and wrong, a racist old man beating up a young person of color, the police shrug their shoulders and say, oh, we can't do anything about this. So what's the point? They can't even accomplish their stated goal of public safety. And they're doing a great job at protecting interests of the wealthy white fascists in every town. That's all they do in Lafayette. What is the point of Lafayette PD? There is no reason that your tax dollars have to go to making this ugly, modern building of whatever. This doesn't need to exist. This doesn't need to exist here. This doesn't need to exist in any community. There is no function of policing in our community. We can have people who do traffic patrol and help to fix their headlights who aren't cops. They don't need guns for that. We can have people responsible to mental health calls with psychiatrists and trained de-escalators, and you don't need guns to do that. You really don't need guns to do any function of policing in America. And everybody's like, oh, what about the mass shooters? What about the mass shooters? All of those white supremacist asshole murderers get escorted out of those crime scenes in handcuffs and taken to get fast food before they're booked into jail. So please don't tell me the police do anything to prevent violence when all they do is coddle white supremacy in every town in America. The police are an institution that does not protect anybody but white, wealthy individuals who profit off of the system. Abolish Lafayette PD. This building doesn't need to exist. This is a waste of our money. Abolish the pigs. That's all I gotta say. I would just like to say thank you to everybody who joined us, who, you know, like didn't maybe see the flyer that we posted but saw us today and came out. I like really appreciate it, and we need more people like this. Because without you, we're just a small group. There are violent racists out here, and every time they will try to attack us, they will attack minors. They will try to run us over with their cars. So the police are not the only danger, it's the white supremacists too. And so we need you to stand with us. In these moments when standing with us is the most important. And then a lot of white people say, I stand with you. And then I'm nowhere to be seen.
Facts.
And I'm
Facts.
not here for you just saying shit.
Facts.
Actually stand with us on the front line. Woo! Anyways. Thank you. I love you all for joining us. Yeah! I hope to see you guys more at protest because we're going to keep going. Yeah! Yeah! Let's do it. If you guys want to keep following along with the protest, on Instagram, WC_solidarity. There you can find all of our upcoming events. So please come out, guys, because we need you.
Yeah! And tell your friends about us!
Yeah! Bring out the squad! It's like a pandemic-safe social activity. Look at all this business.
Would anyone else like to speak?
Yeah! Let's go!
Thank you so much. I don't need a microphone or anything. I think I have a personally loud voice, but like, tell me if I need anything. You need it. Yeah. Okay. What's that?
We got an old lady here. I do.
Hello? Why? Does it work? It does. Okay. Hello, my name is Red, and me and a few of my friends here have done other things like this, where we have like made our own personal protests for LGBT rights and all these things to counteract the Trump protests that were going on right during the election. That has actually happened right on that intersection right there, and the police were doing absolutely nothing for that. Like, they were wearing masks, they weren't so they weren't wearing masks, they weren't doing shit for it. They were just like letting it happen, and like the police weren't doing anything until me and a few of my friends got together, put on our swords, and got random ass people that we didn't know to pull up and go against them. We ran all the way down to CVS to grab like markers, to grab like poster boards, and we made our signs on the spot. We were going against them, and they still didn't do shit. Like, I personally had this one dude go up to me and my friends and say, "You deserve to be raped." And I said, "Damn, you wouldn't say that to your kid once. We are doing this for your children and your children's children." Like, you don't want them to be here with police that don't do shit. Because to be honest, didn't know this place existed until 2 weeks ago. When I was walking up here, I was like, damn, we got police? They aren't doing anything. Like, and I have lived here my entire life, 14 years to be honest, and that's just honestly surprising that nothing has happened, and they have been doing nothing for anything that's been going on recently. When I personally have seen shit like that go on in my school, go on in like real life, and they aren't doing anything. So I honestly agree with whoever said that about like this police stuff. Like, we can call people like patrol the streets, something like that, like positions to help like mental breakdowns or something. But we don't need police with guns, with dead-ass guns. That is just messed up. Like, this is like a community for children, not for like your organization. So they need to get the fuck out. Okay. Sorry my voice is shaky. I don't like it.
Hi, I went to high school in Lafayette, and an argument that I think a lot of these Blue Lives Matter movements, particularly to women, well, what about, people sexually assaulted? What then? Well, I just want to say that nothing happens with police. Already at my school, I know women who have been sexually assaulted, and the boy also went to school, and none of them had any consequences. The police knew, and none of them had any consequences. So, obviously, the police are not doing shit. Yeah. For women, for people of color, for anyone, obviously. So.
Go off, Corbin! Stephen King.
It's work? Okay, there we go. I have a little bit of stage fright, so this is going to be...
Same.
Yeah. You went, now I gotta go.
You're welcome.
I support Black Lives Matter because a quarter of my family is actually black. Now, I don't want to put my family down by every single cop to protect them. Okay? I don't want to have some white supremacist name them and call racial slurs, call that. Not even trying. I don't want to put my family going up in a place where they can literally die solely because they're black. Are you kidding me? I support this because I've seen white supremacists. I've met over 100 white supremacists. And I believe when a child speaks back to you, you really start to listen. So any child here, educate yourself, please keep talking. People will start listening. Now, I've met well over 100 racists and white supremacists. They're disgusting people and they want a race war. That's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen. I hope that we can literally change the world. We need to do this. We need to. Anybody need it?
Now.
Anybody else want to speak? What?
Anybody else want to
I'll just say one thing.
I just want to remind folks, I saw this tweet the other day that literally protesting police murder gets you more consequences than police who murder people, and that's fucking sad. Look exactly to the Antioch Police Department. There are fucking murderers on the force who have previously murdered Luis Gamboa Patton, have recently murdered Angelo Quinto, and they fucking murdered somebody literally a few days ago. And where are the consequences? But where are the consequences for the protesters? Oh, they're right here. They're processed in the DA's office in days. They want to fine folks for blocking the street allegedly. They want to fucking put charges wherever they can. They want consequence anywhere but on themselves when they've done and traumatized so much of their community. It's disgusting, and we need to make sure that we're paying attention and we're really backing the people who are uplifting others' voices and uplifting their own and advocating for what needs to change, because it's really fucking bad. And we gotta make sure we're only gonna be protecting our community, but we're holding the police accountable as well. And that does mean abolishing them. They don't deserve to be there. We can reallocate those resources 100%. But yeah, make sure we're looking out for our community members because they're going after us, y'all. This is not okay. It's not fucking good. But yeah, as long as we stick together, keep the community strong, we'll be good. We got it. But I just wanted to remind folks that.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? Okay, wait, can you guys hear me? Alright, now can you hear me? Alright. I just wanted to ask if you guys know who Yuhal Kianzolo is. Does anybody know who she is? She's in charge of the Black Lives Matter organization in New York, and she has been experiencing brutal police brutality. She has been involved in activism since she was 12 years old. For the past 8 years, she has experienced so much, personally and with the people around her. She has survived shootings. She was in Charlottesville. She does everything, every single day to constantly fight for people. So for the past few weeks, her family has been terrorized by the police in New York. And I just want to use this as an example that the police will do anything to suppress movements because they want to keep power. And we need to hold them accountable. Because there are examples like this that aren't as overt. It's always covered up. But unless if we speak about it and we share stories like these, we will be able to hold the police accountable, not just in our community, but all around the country and all together. Yeah, sure. All right. Can you all hear me?
Louder.
How about here? Is that better right there? All right, cool. So I've lived in Lafayette for almost 14 years, and I just want to point out, like, what was the presence like back in June? What was the presence like back in June over there when there was a protest? There was, what, 2,000, 3,000 people who showed up? Because it was, like, mainstream, right? And this is where we're at today. I just, where you at, Lafayette? Where you at? Wake up! It's time for change. It's time for change. I witnessed the assault. I've witnessed multiple assaults on El Portola overpass. I've reached out to city council and asked them to push it through to the DA to get those people convicted. Not because I believe in a policing system, but because if we allow racism and all this stuff to continue to be unchecked by community members in Lafayette and Moraga and Orinda, it just persists. And it's complicity. It's complicity at the legislative level. That's systemic racism. Plain and simple. And I'm tired of it like everybody else, and it's, more people gotta show up, more people gotta speak up. In the schools especially, Pampa Linda, Acalanes, there's just that white silence. You know it. It's we're all raised in it. Our education systems are freaking teaching colonial, garbage. Oh my gosh, the stuff about Columbus. Are you serious? Why is this still being taught? I thought you were Lafayette, you're uber wealthy, uber educated people. Lisa Disbro up in Moraga. Why are you still coming to El Portola overpass? We told you you're racist and bigotry is not welcome here. Why are you still coming out here? You are a racist. You are a racist. You are a bigot. I've watched it. I've witnessed it with my own eyes. I've experienced it from your own mouth. Yeah, wake up, Lafayette. Yeah. Woo! Thank you. Hey guys, I just want to say that protesting is important, but it's not the only thing that we need to be doing. Protesting is one part of it. There needs to be mutual aid. We need to, in our lives daily, to be working in mutual aid. That means feeding our neighbors. That means going out and actually helping people. That means building communities. That means building police squads. That means when their systems that we have in place are failing us, we build our own systems, right? And there's a radical legacy. In the Bay Area, you look at the Black Panthers, you look at all of these different groups, the Brown Berets, they have this legacy of building community, building their own systems because they know that the systems that are in place are failing us, are failing communities of color, are failing working class people. And so what we need to do is we need to be out in the streets, but we also need to be
building mutual aid networks. We need to be doing so much more than just protesting in the street.
Anyone else?
No, I'm sorry. I said you're going to be doing a fine.
It was scary as fuck. Because I was about
A lot of people think racism is just in high schools. I've been experiencing racism since elementary school from my friends. I was playing family and I was told I couldn't be the daughter because I'm black. I don't understand what that has to do with some fictional game. I was called the N-word by this white-ass dude who calls people the F-slur. I tried to call him out for it, but all of a sudden it's, oh, I don't say it anymore. It's fine now. It was never fine. I don't care if you don't think that the same way as you did. You called me the N-word. That's fucking disgusting. And it was the hard R. Thank you for your time.
Is that the same dude? Same white truck? No, the guy. Is it the same guy? Is it the same? No, it's not the same. Hi. Can we help you? Wait, you have a question? You want to fly?
Can we help you? Do you want to fly? Do you want to join?
Join the march. Join the march. I'll give him a flyer. Join
Be careful.
the march. Is that the same guy from earlier?
Don't worry, I got a flyer for him.
Is that someone different?
He's a different person. It's not
This girl's about to get Sorry, we racially profiled you, sir. Sorry.
It's not a race.
We're gonna march.
Why didn't the race?
Oh, he's smiling.
No, it's like downtown Lafayette is like a straight line, and it's centralized as well as Greek, so.
Right.
Okay, are you ready?
Alright, we're gonna do it.
We're marching, y'all.
Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace, and what?
Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace.
Say what?
Take it to the streets and fuck the police.
No justice, no peace.
Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Take it to
worth it.
Yeah, it's just.
They're like literally 12 and they've got beers, drinking them. Yo, hey, yo, keep moving!
Let's keep it going!
He has a Corona in his hand. He's just driving right now.
Yeah! Let's go! Let's keep it moving! Keep it moving! Go!
Let's go!
Everybody, walk slowly. Walk, talk and walk, talk and walk. Let's go. Talk and walk. I just don't want to drive in all these cameras.
Let's go, talk and walk.
Okay, go ahead and make it your turn. Hey, stop! Stop!
Let's just go. Go ahead, make it your turn.
No, I got it.
Go, make it
You
your
can
turn.
wait.
Make it your turn. Go ahead.
You're on camera. This is a protest. If you plow through, the cops are going to come.
We're almost through. We're almost through. We're almost done. We're almost done.
So listen to the
You can't stop the revolution. 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 No good cops in a racist system. No good cops in a racist system. No good cops in a racist system.
today.
Thank you.